Looks like I might have to get out the flashlight. Down a little bit. Wow, that's bright. What can I do here? I was just looking at one of my videos from last night, and I was talking about my brother, and I think the phone died or whatever, it got cut off. Talking about my brother, the last thing on the video was that he was like an egomaniac, that So, egomaniac. He graduated from college, did everything right, got his degree, and was doing business stuff his whole life, always in offices, finance stuff, business finance type stuff. And I was always the loser because I didn't finish college, and he did, and I was working for my dad. I was a painter, which isn't horrible. Actually, my dad is at the pinnacle of painting industries because he's a worker, and I've tried to tell him this, but he's a worker, and he doesn't want to expand his business. So without expanding and getting more employees, I mean, maybe he would. I mean, I don't know. Probably not. He's not. Because I gave him these ideas and he wouldn't run with them. But he makes probably the most amount of money you could make as an actual painter and running your own business without reaching out for more painters and more work and more. You follow me? He almost chooses to keep it local. So, no disrespect there that my dad's a painter, but nobody wanted us to be painters. So my brother gets his degree, I don't. I fuck up in my early. And I end up in the family business. So I went through all that. I've been doing this 20 years. A couple of years here and there, I took off or was not wanted in the business. A couple of years, but here and there. But that's all I've done. I've roofed houses. I know how to do a lot of stuff, but what I did was I was a traveling painter. I ran my own shit. It's just that all the jobs were handed to me. All the jobs were handed to me, addresses, the amount of money was determined by the squarage, and that's how I made my living. I guess back to my Ray, he he didn't, when he came back, he took control of things. He's very smart. So he got everything right on the books, you know, worked on, getting your paycheck through email or, through the internet or whatever. It was just all automatic. It wasn't old school shit like my dad was doing. He'd just give me cash or give me a check or just however he paid us, me. That's just... And so when so he just changed everything, and he changed the business name. Everything was just changing, which was good. And I don't know, it just somehow he became the dictator of the company. And I'm sorry, Ray, I think you're a fucking asshole. Like, I have multiple examples. I mean, just some of the shit you do. I see myself doing the same shit, but when I was younger, And I've been through the shit. I've been through it. I have been to the bottom of the barrel. And you just don't understand what it's like to have nothing. You've always been you're like a silver spoon golden boy. I mean, in the most minimal circumstance, because we were raised in the same house. I know we didn't have any silver spoons, but you just, I don't know how. I've tried to become your friend. I just don't see it happening. It's like you're just different. So whatever. But to come back from having a college degree and to work with Dad and me, and then to take over everything and then fire me because I pissed on the floor in a hotel bathroom, like, if I do hope you see this someday. I don't. This probably won't go out to anybody else, Ray. But you came in, you took over everything because you're so smart. Your employees quit. You had me, the most loyal. I mean, Uncle Roy's the best employee. Bob likes to say I was, but Uncle Roy's the best employee. But to just take over and then fire your second best employee, young, doing everything. I mean, that's not even to get into all the outside influences that are involved here. I didn't have probation, but because I wanted to be involved with the company, I chose to go back and answer to these stupid little warrants: driving under suspension, possession of weed, just all this stupid shit. I chose to answer to that in order to be a part of the company, to get my license legit, to which it is in Missouri, and then all the open warrants for all this stupid little shit, and so that I could drive the company vehicles and stuff. I mean, we don't have company. I have my own vehicle, but the idea was this business was going to grow, and everything is going to be under the company's name. In order for me to drive the company vehicles, I had to have all my shit legit. So I'm doing all this stuff, golf leagues, being friends with their friends, being there for every event, and I live in Missouri. They live in Ohio. I'm driving 11 hours. It's 3 gas tanks, which when I first started doing it 2 years ago, it was, let's see, 50, about $300 round trip in gas, just gas, once a month, at least once a month. Well, it was, but I would stay in Ohio for a couple weeks. Anyway, then gas prices went up, and it turned into like $340, $350, almost $400 round trip, which has gone down a little bit since then. Now, today, oddly enough, is December 8th, my dad's birthday, 2022, and I am in Missouri. I am walking the Katy Trail. And it's odd because it's maybe like the maybe 10th time I've done a YouTube video, and I mean, nobody watches it. It's not. I say YouTube, but I probably won't even post this. But I do hope my brother comes to see this at some point. So, what was I talking about? I mean, he was supposed to be the successful one, and then he takes the business and does good things with it. The construction thing was great. He had 2 great employees, and what I think happened is that they couldn't stand working for him and they quit him. And at the same time, he didn't like doing it either. It was too much. He hadn't been through that on the job site. So many things going on, and you have to take care of everything. But he takes care of everything in a way that he actually does everything. And if there's 3 people there, that's 6 hands that come out of his body. Instead of assigning people projects, you do this, you do that, you do that, and I'll do this. And then being overwhelmed with that, and then going through that multiple times, you learn that rushing through it, being so demanding of, just do this, do that, like this, put your hand here, put your finger right here, and hold this like that, and do it like, it's like, dude, I've been doing this longer than you. But he, which was fine, he was doing it with his employees, but they didn't like it. That shit gets old. But in the end, people are people, they don't want to be told what to, I mean, there's a lot, I can't speak for women, because some women like to be told what to do, but on the job site, and I don't know if it's just hard for men to get this, because they're bosses, or they're supervisors, or managers, or whatever, but why do they, it's like, talk to them the way you would want to be talked to. We're fucking men here. Don't talk down at me. But anyway, so bosses do that. I might sound like a fucking pussy, but that's just because I've been through it all. And I've been the manager, I've been the boss, I'm the crew chief, business owner, still am business owner. And so I've been on the bottom. I was the greenhorn for years. years and years. And I know what it's like to get talked down to. I roofed for some of the years that I was too bad to be painting with my family, the family business. I roofed. Just getting out of jail, needed a job, and it taught me a lot, man. It fucking sucked. But I did it for a couple years, and I caught on to it, learned how to do it. And, by going through those hardships, I've learned so much stuff about just keeping your head on your shoulders at all times. Now, my brother, he